Happy Monday, everybody. It is October the 22nd. My name's Gareth Evans. This is Mr. Henry Cooper. First up, let's talk about the controversy surrounding Shadow of the Tomb Raider and how upset people are that it's gone on sale. How dare they make it cheap?
Selfish bastards. It was the exact opposite of money grabbing, because it's just like, you know what, have it for less.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the third installment in the reboot of Lara Croft's story, just released last month to decent reviews and generally pleased fans. Yet, over the past week, the game has been review bombed on Steam. Typically, a game will get review bombed because people are unhappy with something within the game or unhappy with the developers of the game. This review bomb, however, happened for an entirely new reason, because the game got put on sale. That's right, the standard edition of Shadow of the Tomb Raider got discounted by 34%, while the special edition got a 47% discount, which, if you know your maths, is almost half price.
Man's not dumb!
Okay.
Man is not dumb!
The discount comes just a month after release, leaving early purchasers, who are typically the core fans of the game, substantially out of pocket compared to the people who waited just a month longer. Over the past week the game has been on sale, its Steam page has seen over 500 negative reviews made. This leaves the game with a mixed review rating and only 66 positive reviews on the platform, based on 4,700 user reviews at the time of recording. One recent Steam review said, quote, "I pre-ordered the game and after 1 month of the release date, there is a 47% sale. WTF, this will never make me pre-order any more Square Enix or Eidos Montreal games ever again." Another read, "I will never buy your products in advance." Veronelli said, "Love how this game goes on sale a month after release. Consumers get for pre-ordering. Probs won't ever get another TR game now." The rest of the negative reviews follow a similar trend of being shocked and angry that a game they paid full price for went on sale shortly after.
That's poor enunciation. Come on, you're posh.
What a game.
You're supposed to be posh anyway.
This is what you keep telling me. I don't pretend this.
This is
shit.
what you keep telling me.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
pretend,
yeah.
I don't
La-di-da,
pretend that I'm posh at all.
Fetch my caviar.
However, not everybody was in agreement. Commenting on the Eurogamer article, the guy from Spark says, exactly how many days are publishers allowed to wait before they can discount their games? Maybe these guys should post all the secret rules so that publishers don't hurt their feelings again. Papa Frost says, great job everyone, complain about the sales so they do them less. Brainflowers commented, am I the only one who couldn't give a shit about user review scores? User reviews often tend to be heavily skewed to either, or both, amazing or shite, due to fanboys, general morons, people with an axe to grind, etc, etc. I couldn't ever imagine letting a user review score impact my purchasing decisions.
So Brainflowers makes a good point. That's why we rarely use user reviews in our videos, because a lot of them are just very angry people or very positive people. There's fewer, considered arguments than there are with the professional critic reviews, where they're given the time and the resources to really collate their opinions. With the user ones, if you've got an opinion, you often kind of want to go bleh and have it out straight away. But they're not always the most well-rounded opinions.
Yeah, you might only play an hour of a game and have the first impression and then review it, whereas reviewers generally have to complete their games as well. So
yeah.
I feel like I could go both ways on this argument, because I can see why people are upset, right? Because if they paid full price for a game and then like a matter of days later they get a discount. I bought a coffee machine 2-3 weeks ago and it was an expensive, your coffee machines are expensive, right? And then I checked online yesterday and it was discounted by 100 quid. I saw my arse.
Bummer.
And it wasn't a nice image. So yeah, I'm not happy with that, and I can see why these people are not happy. However, review bombing, is that the answer?
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of review bombing as a practice, because it seems you kind of jump on this thing really angrily, well, not necessarily angrily, but passionately about your opinion, and it can have such negative effects that last a long time. The review space is for reviews, right? Not just kind of crapping on something because of a certain problem that you feel very, very passionately about. If you've got a problem with it, I think the best way to do it is kind of to sit on your idea for a bit, let it stew and think about it and present it in a rational way.
More considered way.
Yeah, and
so the answer is not to get angry on the internet, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just
what?
Take a chill pill.
Wow, that's totally blown my mind, that is, Henry. Who knew about that? But I mean, review bombing in itself, if people feel like it's their only option, they need to vent, right?
Yeah.
And if they feel like there's no other way to, at least they can hurt the devs a little bit by review bombing, because essentially, if enough people negatively review it, people might, be affected by that score. I mean, I can see why it's getting review bombed, and I can understand why people are getting upset. I'm not sure if it is the best method of expressing yourself. Getting angry on the internet generally doesn't lead to anything. Although, however, I mean, we've seen enough times in the past where people getting angry and getting mobilised and speaking out about a problem that they've has had a real world impact, like in the case of Battlefront and the whole loot box debacle. It happens all the time now where devs are responding to what happens in the community. However, I'm not sure that this is the kind of thing, oh, how dare you make a game cheaper? That is so, right. I mean, like, is that a reasonable argument? I don't feel like that's a reasonable argument, in whichever way you cut it. But they ultimately had access to the game earlier before anybody else, so that was their payoff, right? I can understand that. This is why I'm so conflicted on this one. I mean, I can understand it from both sides.
And it is a choice that you make when you pre-order something. There's the whole debate about whether or not pre-orders are a good idea anyway, because do you really want to put your faith in something without having had hands-on experience? And this is more evidence that maybe you should hold back, because if games aren't going to go on sale straight away and the game's of the same quality and you were going to get it anyway, why not wait a couple extra weeks? I know I haven't pre-ordered a game for a very long time because I'm happy to wait a couple extra weeks or even a couple months if I want it, or if I do really want it, I'll just go in store and buy it.
Red Dead Redemption aside, right?
Red Dead aside, that's typically.
I never pre-order games apart from that one game.
Well, I haven't done it for a long time, and I did it like literally last week. I was on my computer, I was like,
oh, wow,
I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do it.
So don't be upset if they drop Red Dead Redemption price up for 2 weeks. Don't be upset.
What if it's crap, right? What if Red Dead is rubbish? It could be, but it's not going to.
You realise how
it could be.
How every single one of our conversations ends in Red Dead?
It's always Red Dead. I kind of can't wait until it's past.
Yeah. It's only 4 more days now, dude.
Yeah, and that's out.
It's 4 days.
4 days.
Oh, God.
4.
Next up, we have everybody's favourite way to a healthy, balanced gaming diet. That's the Daily News Nuggets. Enjoy.
A gorgeous new adventure brawler game, Project Monolith, has been announced for PS4, Xbox One, Switch and PC, but there's no release date just yet.
You've probably already heard about how Red Dead Redemption 2 will be over 100 gigabytes in size on the PS4. Well, now it seems that the physical version of the game will come on 2 discs, a data disc and a play disc. Now, I know people are getting upset about this, like, 2 discs, that's incredible, but I would prefer this than a 50 gigabyte install, right?
No, it's not like when you're playing, Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1, you get to a bit and you have to take your disc out, put it away, put the new one in, and carry on with the rest of the game.
Metal Gear Solid. You try Monkey Island on the Amiga, dude.
That's the one.
You got floppies for days there.
Floppies for days. There was some exciting news for PC players over the weekend when online retailer Media Market was taking pre-orders for a PC version of the new Red Dead Redemption. However, in an update, the listing has since disappeared, with the website stating that it was something of a placeholder and that they count on it being announced in the future. So holster your 6-shooter, son. Insomniac Games seem to have gotten the last laugh surrounding #Puddlegate as Spider-Man PS4 gets an update that lets you place stickers in photo mode. Notably, puddle stickers.
That update also contained the new Game Plus for Spider-Man.
We might finally be getting more Crackdown 3 footage next month, as the game is being shown off at Xbox Fan Fest 2018 in Mexico City.
Bethesda have tweeted an explanation of the presence of the Enclave faction in Fallout 76.
More faction reaction. Devil May Cry 5 is not only getting microtransactions, it's also getting an ultra limited edition, which includes one of the 3 playable characters' coats. You can look like Robo-Armed Nero, Newcomer V, or the classic Scarlet Swordsman Dante, and it'll only cost you between £4,000 and £6,100.
Epic Games have been teasing what appears to be an upcoming Halloween event in Fortnite, #FortNightmares.
6foot, the Texas-based developer behind multiplayer space shooter Dreadnought, has reportedly laid off a third of its workforce just days after the game's release.
So there you have it, that's the end of the Daily News Nuggets for today. There are links to everything we've just mentioned as well as everything else in today's video down in the description of this video. Also, there's a link to the merch store, which our model, today's model, Henry, is doing a great job of showing off, right?
Yeah.
You like it? You like it? It's nice and warm, it looks great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, that.
Pretty good, you might say.
Yeah, link in the description. Ting!
According to Eurogamer, a Counter-Strike Pro player was caught cheating at a live tournament in Shanghai. The player, Nikhil Forsaken Kumawat, was suspected of cheating by other players, and when investigated by a tournament official, he fumbled to hide the screen and close the program. Forsaken's whole team, Optic India, were then disqualified and he was booted from the group. Optic Gaming have now completely dropped the Indian branch of their organisation. This isn't the first time that this player has been caught cheating. He received a Valve cheat ban back in 2017, which was originally meant to last for 2 years, but was reduced to 6 months. months. There is an ongoing debate among tournament officials about whether he should receive a lifetime ban from Counter-Strike competition.
This story is absolutely hilarious. You see the footage, it's funny because he's like, the official's over his shoulder and he clocks it, and so the guy's like this trying to press the buttons, and he's like, his arm's getting, he's like, he's
getting his claw
the delete button, he's like, delete. Another thing that's funny is that his name was Forsaken, right? As soon as he got caught, he got booted from the team, so his team forsaken him, for sort. And then the team got booted off the competition, so they were forsakened as well. And then Optic India got dropped from Optic themselves, so they was a triple forsaken, man. That's brilliant. That's poetic.
It is.
I'd say. Hilarious at the same time, but maybe that's just me.
Just don't cheat. Don't fucking cheat.
Don't cheat. I mean, if you're gonna do it where people are filming you, and we try to get out of it in a funny, comical kind of way, because it's always fun to laugh at.
It is. He definitely should be banned. He should have been banned in the first place. And why are you allowing him to come back?
Yeah.
I don't care how good he is. He's obviously not that good if he has to cheat. Get good, scrub, right? That's what I tell myself every day when I lose. When I lose in video games, like, just get good, you dick. So that's it from us for today's gaming news. Make sure you hit the bell to make sure you keep up to date with all of our latest stuff and whatever's coming out tomorrow. Check out our merch store down below along with all the links to our stories. Catch you soon. Left-hand salute. What is that?
That's what I do, man.
You really?
Yeah, man.
Sure, it's right hand. It was at a big fancy party.
Of course it was, because that's the kind of party you go to.
Yeah, because I'm a high-class society, right? That's in my head for the rest of the day now. Great. Take On Me is possibly my favourite song ever.